Hello, everybody. My name is David Woldingen, and today we are talking Mizzou basketball. However, before I do that, please remember to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our Facebook page, Instagram page. Check us out on X, and now as well, check us out on Spotify. Now, Mizzou basketball is coming up to their, just to be honest, more competitive games in the out of conference schedule. They have Cal, and then 5 days later, they turn around and play KU, Kansas. Uh, so we're going to find out a whole lot about this team. However, it is worth noting that Caleb Grill will not be playing in the Cal game. Gates said in the press conference that he will be out for that game and is listed day to day after that. So he could potentially play against Kansas. Personally, I highly doubt it, but it sounds like he's doing pretty well, which is good news for Mizzou. With him being out, though, Mizzou's going to have to figure out what to do on offense to fill his spot because in those 6 games after the Memphis game that Mizzou won, because they're 6-1 right now, Caleb Grill really turned it on, especially from 3-point range, and was your main 3-point shooter for Mizzou. He had 2 or 3 games, I think I want to say, with 30 points just off threes. Um, really lighting up the scoreboard, if you will. Some other notes, though, with him out, uh, going down in the Lindenwood game with that neck injury precaution after hitting the back of his head. Players who filled in for him were Marquise Warwick. You saw a little bit of a shuffle by committee. Trent Pierce was coming in rotation. Tony Perkins was in. Uh, on top of your normal guys of Aiden Shaw, Mark Mitchell, Josh Gray coming in and out as well. Jacob Cruz got some more minutes once Gill went down. And of course, Tamar Bates, can't miss them. They're all going to have to pick up the slack that Caleb Grill is leaving both defensively and offensively. The question is we really don't have a steady 3-point shooter without Grill. However, there's potential 3-point shooters on this team with Tamar Bates, and I would argue as he gets more playing time and gets more comfortable, I think Warwick will be a really good 3-point shooter for this team as well. However, the thing that Warwick does really well is just score in general. So I could foresee him taking a lot of Grill's minutes. The only problem is there have been times where he's suspect on the defensive side, and could potentially be a liability for this team. But his ability to drive to the basket, his ability to take a step back jumper, and then he's been able to hit a few deep three shots as well, could replace the production that Caleb Grill was given this Tigers team. Uh, some players that have impressed me so far this season, Anthony Robertson, the third, has really stepped up his game this year from last year as a point guard. I've been really impressed with his play. While he's not lighting up the board offensively, he picks his times to go to the basket and has been doing a really good job leading this team. Um, Another couple of players, Amar Boateng has been getting a significant time and is really solid, especially on the defensive side. Really love his length. Trent Pierce has really done wonders on his game. Uh, Early in the season, he was taking those outside jump shots, which I wasn't too thrilled about, even though he was hitting a couple of those shots. And he really started going underneath uh, and really driving to the basket, which is something this team missed last year, and it's been really good to see him do that. Um, Another mention, I like his play, but want to see more offensively out of is Mark Mitchell, especially with Caleb Grill going down. I want to see him take over a game like he potentially can. I haven't seen a lot of offense out of him, but he's done a lot of the smaller stuff correctly, and I love seeing him. Josh Gray has been a real good pickup for Mizzou as well, and I've seen a lot of good things early in the season. It is worth noting that these teams Mizzou's been playing are bottom feeders in all of college basketball. So the competition has been fairly weak. It's definitely going to step up. Um, California's in the top 150, I believe, and then from there we go to number one Kansas. Uh, so we'll find out a lot about Mizzou Tuesday night, especially with Caleb Grill out, because they're going to have to find a way to replace his production and his defensive ability as well. One of the things I want to see of this team is consistency on the offense. There are times still where I see this team, especially in the half court, just stand there and ball watch instead of move around the defense and try to get open. And unless you have a deep three shooter like Grill who can just pop one up, it's really hard to score offensively when nobody's moving around. They're going to have to be more conscious about making cuts to the basket, driving to the basket, and getting to the rim because, especially if the three doesn't fall, there's really nobody on this team without Caleb Grill who has consistently hit the three. So I expect, especially with the size of Mizzou, that they really work the ball underneath. And when they do that, they're really good. It's just a matter of they got to remember they can do that, and they got to remember they can cut to the basket. Your high energy guys are still Aiden Shaw when he comes in, and I'd argue Trent Pierce is one of those guys too, who just fly to the rim, and it brings the energy this team needs every once in a while when they need that pickup. So as they go into this tougher competition, I want to see if they can maintain what they've been doing offensively, and I want to see if they can continue to grow offensively and pick things up. And it's going to be interesting because I think Warwick is going to get more minutes. He didn't play a whole lot, although he started picking up minutes the last couple of games before Grill got hurt. Uh, and then when Grill went down, he really played a lot of minutes. So getting him into the swing of things the last couple of games has been good, and I really want to see how he does against a higher level opponent, which we're going to get a good look at Tuesday night. And then from there, Mizzou's going to have a turnaround, and Grill may or may not play. He's going to be listed as day to day as they go up against Kansas, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get on the court just because of who they're playing. It's a marquee matchup. Everybody knows Mizzou Kansas rivalry. Looking forward to that one. I'll be there to check it out. But more importantly, that Tuesday night game is really going to give us an idea of what we might see this season. And it's a very important game in the sense of they need to get this win just because if you look at the SEC, it is stacked. There's 8 ranked teams right now, and almost every team per KenPom is in the top 100 uh, in their ratings. So you're looking at a quad 1 or quad 2 team. You're playing almost every single game, and it's just going to be a real tough schedule. The conference is deep, strong, however you want to look at it. So Mizzou's going to have their hands full this season, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I think they're more athletic. I think they're more talented, and these early games really help them find themselves on offense, I think. And as the season goes on, you're going to see them continue their growth and I think you'll see the offense just form some sort of consistency and identity, which is going to be really good to see this year. Um, guys, buckle up. The real show starts now, and we're going to get a real good idea before the conference season starts what we have, especially with these next 2 games. I'll keep you guys updated with all things Mizzou basketball. So make sure you guys stay tuned to Under the Arch Sports. Take care.